All right, welcome everyone to today's Explainer. We're jumping right into the chaotic, totally unpredictable, but honestly fascinating world of daily maintenance scheduling. If you're working in ops or maintenance in any capacity, you already know that keeping a facility running isn't just about, turning wrenches. It's a massive balancing act. We're constantly juggling time, resources, and priorities that change literally by the minute. It's that constant tug of war between the perfect plan we want to happen and what actually happens the second boots hit the ground.
So that brings us to the million-dollar question, right? If we plan a week's worth of maintenance perfectly, why does it always, and I mean always, fall apart by Tuesday morning? It's kind of a running joke in the industry, but we seriously expect a rigid weekly plan to somehow survive contact with real-world field operations. Think about it. We put all this sweat into building a flawless schedule. We're checking parts, consulting manuals, blocking off hours, and we log off Friday afternoon feeling like geniuses, only to watch the whole thing crumble just hours into Monday. It is incredibly frustrating, and it happens literally everywhere. So, what gives?
Well, let's set the baseline first. Picture that beautiful, clean, totally theoretical schedule we craft on Friday for the upcoming week. The planners have nailed it. If we're running 10-hour shifts, every single tech has exactly 10 hours of work lined up. Maybe a job spans a couple of days, maybe it's a quick 2-hour fix, but it all snaps together like a perfect jigsaw puzzle. No gaps, no conflicts. On paper, it's a masterpiece. It represents the ultimate operational ideal.
But reality check. Why does that masterpiece shatter into a million pieces? Look, to fix the entire scheduling system, we have to find the exact fracture point. We absolutely cannot just throw our hands up and blame bad luck or say the crews aren't motivated. That's a cop-out. There is a massive structural disconnect between the quiet, controlled environment of a planner's desk and the loud, chaotic reality of the factory floor. We need to figure out exactly what breaks the puzzle. And it essentially boils down to two main culprits. First up, individual time estimates are almost never perfectly accurate. And second, real-life reactive maintenance. You see, daily progress is alive. It's wildly dynamic. Pinning down precise job times days in advance is a fool's errand because the field is constantly throwing curveballs at you. You go in for a basic valve replacement, right? Boom, you find deep pipe corrosion, and suddenly a quick fix takes 3 extra hours. Or, out of nowhere, a critical asset just completely fails. The environment doesn't care about our spreadsheets. So imagine the ripple effect this has on the ground. When a job runs way over its estimated time, or hey, even if it finishes early, the supervisor has to instantly pivot. They're literally having to interrupt techs, stop jobs midway, and shuffle the deck. If one task takes too long, another one gets bumped. If something finishes early, they gotta scramble to pull new work forward just to fill the gap. And then you throw in emergencies. Those urgent, drop-everything reactive jobs. When a critical machine goes down, it doesn't politely wait for a convenient gap in the calendar. That emergency forces its way in, interrupting whatever was already happening and completely fracturing that beautiful Friday plan almost beyond recognition.
Okay, so what's the fix? If the schedule is practically guaranteed to blow up because of wonky time estimates and sudden emergencies, how do we keep things moving without descending into total chaos? Because, abandoning planning altogether definitely isn't the answer. Instead, we need a major operational pivot. We need to embrace what we call Scheduling Principle 5.
Principle 5 is incredibly simple, but man, is it a game changer. It simply states, crew leader handles current day's work. Think about that. Instead of some distant planner trying to guess what Wednesday will look like from their desk on the previous Friday, the crew supervisor steps up and builds the daily schedule exactly 1 day in advance. They are building tomorrow's reality today. They take the up-to-the-minute job progress, the weekly goals, any new high-priority emergencies, and they make the call. It shifts the decision-making process to the absolute last responsible moment.
To really get why this works, you've got to view the crew supervisor as your battlefield commander. They have a massive tactical advantage that a planner just physically cannot have. For starters, they're actually out there in the field, seeing the progress in real time. They aren't just slotting names into a grid. They are matching highly specific tasks to the unique skills of their techs on any given day. Plus, they're the ones navigating complex team dynamics. They know exactly who pairs up perfectly for a high-stress pump repair and who works better solo on route checks. They handle the morning sick calls without missing a beat. And honestly, this is huge. They can challenge their team. A good supervisor will assign a tough job to a tech who might have been stuck at their current expertise level, pairing them with the right mentor to help them rise to the occasion. And of course, they're coordinating directly with operations every single afternoon to lock down clearances and equipment access for the very next day.
So the main takeaway here, you absolutely must draw a hard boundary between planners and supervisors. Planners, they handle the weekly allocations, they set the big picture goals and make sure the parts and permits are ready to go. Supervisors handle the daily assignments. They are managing the actual boots-on-the-ground execution. If you force a supervisor to relay every tiny field update back to a weekly planner just so the planner can write up a daily schedule, you are creating massive double work. It's a literal waste of time and a huge distraction. Let me be clear, if planners get sucked into the daily weeds trying to manage today's hiccups, they won't have time to actually plan for tomorrow. The whole system just grinds to a halt.
It really boils down to this one fundamental truth from our source material. Although we can use a week's worth of work as a goal, daily schedules cannot be done much in advance. It's just too dynamic out there. The supervisor is practically the only person who actually knows what's going on at any given second. They are the only ones properly positioned to constantly adapt, pivot, and keep that crew marching toward the weekly goal no matter what fires pop up. So I want to leave you with this to chew on. Take a hard look at your own operations. Are you actually empowering your frontline supervisors to truly command their day? Or are distant planners basically setting them up to fail by forcing them into rigid, totally outdated schedules? Once we accept that maintenance is wildly unpredictable and actually hand the reins to the person closest to the action, we stop fighting the schedule and start actually getting the work done. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer. I really hope it sparks some great conversations about your own daily maintenance workflows.